Hello, my name is James and welcome to Mirror Domains. And this is a movie review for Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix. I think that this is a movie that, I've been anticipating all year, probably much like all of you, so I can't wait to talk about it. One thing that I see everybody trying to do is give their best Joker laugh, so let's see if I can pull one out for you guys too. Ooh, wow. Yeah, that's tough. Let's get to it. So, Joker. This is my spoiler-free Joker review, so don't worry about that. You know, this is one of the movies that I've been anticipating all year long. I think most of us have been. It's got that curiosity factor to it. Joaquin Phoenix stepping into this role where we know that he's one of the best actors out there working today. We're just thinking that, yeah, he can sink his teeth into this, and this should be juicy. It should be juicy. I just can't wait to go out and see it. And that's what's going to happen here, is I'm recording this before I actually go out to see it, because I want you guys to have an experience here. Now, I did a reaction to all of the trailers and such. So if you are curious about those, I will leave a link to those up in the cards above. I just feel like I want to give you guys my impression, my anticipation levels before I go to see it, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of my immediate reaction, and then my review. So it's all going to be spoiler-free, and then I'll probably do a spoiler one later on, because I'm feeling that the movie will warrant it. That's my expectation, that people will want to talk about this. People are saying the performances are great, but it leaves you with a kind of feeling of, ooh, well, that's curious. I wonder what could happen that's so terrible about a movie about a guy who is a serial kind of murderer, clown. I mean, what could be possibly bad about that? I'm just like, cool. He's one of my favorite characters from the Batman lore, so it's going to be curious to see this Elseworld version of him. Okay, with that being said, let's go see the Joker. On the way to see Joker. Yeah, you know, I used to be really excited to go see movies, like to the point where I couldn't sleep at night. But now that I'm older, I'm a little bit wiser, I'm kind of like a little bit more tempered. I'm excited, but I'm not jumping out of my pants for it. Alright, so it's just a bit windy. I got out of Joker, and I gotta tell you my initial thoughts. My initial thought is that I liked it. It's a bit of a slow burn. It's not as quickly paced as I thought it was going to be, but the ending is everything. The ending just makes it all work and all ties together. It's by far the best acting job I've seen this year from Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, that's my initial impression. It's just, wow, that was impressive. So I'm going to have to watch it again. And, yeah. That's my initial reaction. So I've had the night to sleep on it, and I gotta tell you, I went through some emotions. I was kind of like, yeah, it's one of the best movies I've seen all year. But then I was kind of like, well, but it also wasn't a happy feeling afterwards. You know, you don't come out of it going, yeah. You just kind of feel like, wow, whew, yeah, that's a good movie. That's a good movie. So you see what I'm trying to get at here? It's a great movie. It's fantastic. It will get it on my top 5 movies of the year list. We'll find out that towards the end of the video. But it does have that feeling of, well, it's not a happy time at the movies, but it's a serious time. And I think it's something that I think a lot of people need to take in, because if you like acting, you're going to want to watch this movie, because of Joaquin just puts on a clinic here. He just goes to places at times where you're just like, oh, that's a dude. That's scary. Oh my God. Wow. And that's the real thing that needs to be triumphed here, is the acting is the best thing. The cinematography is great. The score is really well used. And it's remarkable that it's harping on tones like The Dark Knight. You kind of get the feeling of that kind of a score, but then you get like this classic music, so you can't really have a place where you're saying, okay, that takes place in this part of time. It's kind of like a timeless score but it's also updated. It's refreshing. It's really good. The directing is fairly on point. I think he handled everything perfectly. And as far as the story goes, well, as I said, it's fairly dark, and it's a bit of a slow starter. It's not something that just starts off, bam, right out of the gate. You know, you get the impression that, yeah, it's going to take a while for him to fully become this character, Joker. And what's good about it is that the director lays the groundwork for that so meticulously, so methodical. You're just watching this film going, oh, wow. No, aside from the acting, I'm liking the way that the story bits are just kind of falling in place, and you're just like, yeah, that's cool. Okay, what else about this film? Without trying to spoil anything that you see in the trailers, it's just, yeah, you can see that this was inspired by Taxi Driver, which is what everybody's saying out there, you know, and it's just kind of like, yeah, they definitely do have some glaring homages to it. That's not spoiling anything. It's just kind of like a quick tip of the cap, you know, and a nod here and there. And without spoiling too much more about the story, I just got to tell you that don't believe all the hype out there that this is kind of like promoting violence or anything like that, or, you know, this is glamorizing this character. You don't sympathize with this character at all. He is somebody who goes off the rails in a murderous way, and you see his point of view, but you don't sympathize with it because towards the end, it's just kind of like it all comes undone, and you're just like, oh, it's powerful. It's powerful. It impacts you here, man. And it's just kind of like, I'm going to watch that again, which makes the watchability factor really high. So before we get into my top 5 movies of the year list, let's just go to the score sheet for The Joker and take a look at that. Here's my score sheet. Everything's pretty high. Acting, I gave a full 2 points because Joaquin Phoenix does terrific, obviously, but the supporting cast around him, Zazie Beetz is fantastic in this movie. Small, but effective, and Robert De Niro is Robert De Niro again. He really does good as this talk show host, and he has this little way of kind of like being that sneaky guy. He does a fantastic job. You guys need to see it. Just go out and see it. The directing, as I said, all the technical aspects are handled well. He handles the acting well, and the story, as I said, there's a few beats in there from the first impression that I feel like, well, there's a little bit of a pacing issue here. As I said, it's a little bit slow. Do we need to go into some of these things? But I'm sure that on the second viewing, I'm going to be like, yeah, no, that works. That works. And as I said, the cinematography and the score are both full points. I think it's phenomenal in that aspect. The color palette, Gotham looks real. And as I said, this is what the Joker would be in real life here on Earth with us in this reality. This is what the Joker would be like. And it's scary. It's scary. And the watchability factor, as I said, a lot of people are going to watch this because they're curious about the Joker character. They like the Joker. They're curious about Joaquin Phoenix. They want to hear all this controversy and see, does it live up to the controversy? Does it live up to the hype? A lot of hype around this movie that a lot of people have had. So the watchability factor is a 2, because I'm definitely going to buy this on Blu-ray, and because it does crack my top 5 movies of the year. So, yeah, adding all that up, that's a 9 out of 10 for Joker. And based on that, I think that's a fantastic score. I could probably squeeze out 9.5. I think 9.5, I wouldn't go, yeah, no, I can't argue with that. 8.5, yeah, I could see some people maybe docking it a few points here and there for some of the things. But overall, it's something that it's definitely an experience. It's an experience I think people need to see, because it does have some social commentary, but it's not in your face kind of like, hey, you know, that like that SJW stuff. It's not like that. It's not cancel culture or anything like that. It's just kind of like making a remark about the way some things unfold in life. So 9 out of 10 for Joker. I think that's a good score. Now, because it's so high, it does get onto my top 5 movies of the year. So let's pull up that list right here. And I haven't updated this list in a while because a lot of the movies that have come out that I've seen just haven't been able to crack this. But this is a list that evolves as I go throughout the year. And when I saw Godzilla King of Monsters, I was like, yeah, that's fantastic because it's a fun time at the movies. So I gave it number 3. But upon hindsight, I'm kind of like, yeah, I can see why people didn't like it, but I still have fun with it. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. I'm going to switch things up here. And this is how the list grows organically. Because I did like Manna Karnika. It's a foreign film. I'm going to switch that. I'm going to move that up to number 3. And then I'm thinking, okay, where does Joker fit in here? Because it's 9 out of 10, and that's a highly ranked movie. So it's going to be on number 1 or 2. It doesn't beat Endgame. And you know what? Spider-Man Far From Home, it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie where you just come out going, yeah, that's cool. And that was a really good movie. But Joker is one of those movies where it's kind of like, yeah, that's a good movie. It's solid filmmaking. But does it crack the top 2? No. But it does make number 3 for me. We're going to put in Joker right there, number 3 of my top 5 movies of the year. Bumping John Wick out, I apologize. I'm sorry. Some people will say John Wick is better than Godzilla, but yeah, it's going to make the top 10 list for sure, probably. So yeah, that's it. My top 5 movies of the year, updated with Joker as number 3. What did you guys think about this movie? Did it get you hyped? Did it make you want to go out and see it? And should I do a spoiler review as well? I'm thinking I shall. Okay, so that's it. What did you guys think? Leave the comments in below, and we'll talk about it. And yeah, that's it. YouTube is recommending a video for you to watch right here, and you can see my latest one just right up there. My name is James, and you're watching Mirror Domains. If you've liked what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe.